Welcome back to DQP Does, Drafty Quarters Podcast Network movie review show where we know Kung Fu. With me this evening is my co-host Russell.
I was gonna say I know Kung Fu like Keanu Reeves, and then that was what you said for the opening, and now I'm fucked.
With us this evening is Dave.
Hi, Shane.
What's wrong, Dave?
Oh, just I don't know why they would do this to me.
Do what?
So, Disney, they did it to me again.
They did what?
Started with that little green guy in the Star Wars movie show. Little green guy.
Yoda?
Yeah, no, not him. The other guy, littler guy. Little Yoda, baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda?
Yeah,
Okay.
like I just love that little guy so much. And like when he came out, like everyone was talking about him, and he was just the cutest little thing. Everyone's talking about him, and like I poured my heart and soul to this guy. And then I thought and then he just kind of disappeared. I'm like, what? No one's gonna ever replace him. And then this movie comes along, and there's another little guy in it that I just love so much. I love Morris so much.
What the fuck, Dave?
Bro,
that's yeah.
He doesn't even have a face.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just love him. I love him so much. And I can't. I don't know if I can do this episode, guys.
He emotes with his wings.
He makes little weird noises too. So this week we are going to be talking about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I can't even say the fucking title. This is going to be a first impression. What?
Legends is fine. There is 10 of them.
No, it's Shang-Chi. I also keep saying it wrong. Sean.
It's Sean.
They addressed
Shang-Chi.
it in the movie, Shane. Like, I don't know.
Shang-Chi. because I've been saying Shang-Chi for like forever, okay?
Stop being so white.
I'm sorry. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is going to be a first impression episode. So, I'm not going to go over the whole plot. I'm going to do the super baseline synopsis, okay? 2021, PG-13, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Shang-Chi, his dad is like this super bad dude. This is like thousands of years old because he has crazy technology or magic rings. Lots of kung fu shit happens. Fucking classic scaffolding fight. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
there was a lot of dudes falling off of stuff in this movie.
Oh yeah. Him and his sister are both badasses. Aquafina I don't hate, which I normally do. Okay.
Ugh.
And then they go to Mom's magical mystery world where there's fucking dragons and shit. So I was super into this fucking movie.
Same.
And it just keeps getting crazier the whole fucking time the movie is happening. And then like there's a stinger that brings it all back around to actually being in the MCU, because like there's not a lot connecting it from beginning to end. It's like, other than that, like Wong and Abomination are in it, so Abomination's back. But like by the time you get to the end of the movie, you're like, whoa, this is a crazy ass fantasy movie. And then it's like, hey, guess what? Here's Wong, and he's gonna go have you talk to fucking Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner. Like, what?
Bruce Banner, not Professor Hulk.
Yeah, Bruce Banner. Like,
And his arm is still fucked.
yeah, his arm's still fucked from snapping.
Probably because it just happened 2 weeks ago, but...
Yeah. So, this is, I don't know. We watched it in IMAX, so that might have like a small effect on how much of a banger this fucking movie was. But holy shit. It was a special effects like fucking extravaganza, especially at the end. The beginning was like more rooted in like the first like 2/3 or half of the movie or whatever was more like kung fu fighting movie. There was a little bit of special effects because there was like probably a little less wire work and more special effects stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't shot like, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Crouching
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was shot like a Marvel movie. But the final act was fucking nuts.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Straight up.
This movie's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I'm a huge kung fu guy and like fantasy nerd dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. It's so good.
Yeah. So when the trailer came out, when they announced they were doing it, I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's get away from the Iron Fist thing for a little bit. Let's explore this culture from like its own self.
Yeah.
Because you have primarily pretty much like an entirely Asian cast. You have like one old white guy who comes back from fucking 20 movies ago, which is cool. And finally we get closure on the whole Mandarin stuff from Iron Man 3.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about Trevor being in it.
He's in
I
it.
got you, boo. But so you get that closure from that character, and like that's great, and that's like something that's rooted in the MCU and like is a direct tie-in to the other movies.
Yeah.
And like the idea of this movie I wasn't sure of, and I thought it was just going to be like, okay, now first off, before I say anything else, I am a white guy talking about what appears to be an Asian movie to me, because I am a white guy that is like loves movies, but to me, like, this doesn't feel like this movie was made for me, and that's fine, especially in the execution of the movie. And I hope that this movie came off the way I think they were intending it to, as representation for a group of people and not pandering to a group of people. And I really do feel like that it achieved that goal, primarily because like this is a character, like this is an MCU character,
yes.
This is a Marvel character, like this is a character we have some experiences with. It's not a prominent character. He's had his own stuff. He's been in other stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's been a side character in, big group adventures. Like he's been around.
Right.
And I was actually really glad to see them do this, because they did this before with a group, and it was Guardians of the Galaxy, and nobody knew who the fuck they were.
Yeah.
Except for like hardcore fans
Yes.
of comics.
I didn't know who they were. I love them now.
And that movie was wildly successful. And so far, this movie has been, especially for the time that we're living in now,
Right.
like this movie has been really successful. Like this broke box office records for the pandemic, like since the pandemic started. So more people have went to theaters to see this than they've went to see any other movie in theaters.
Yeah.
And which is also like last week we talked about Black Widow and like the lawsuit and stuff. And this movie proves that
People will go see it.
people will go see a Marvel movie in theaters.
Yeah.
And which further proves our theory from 4 years ago that the MCU and Marvel movies have taken over the blockbuster box office, which
Yes.
is why some of those other action movies and some of those big holiday movies have not seen the returns that they used to before the MCU got as large as it is.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of backup evidence here for the situations at hand.
Something we didn't talk about last week
Yeah.
that I just remembered. That Black Widow had a sharp decline in its second weekend. And because it was also the most pirated movie for like 2 months.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So this was something that I didn't even think of. People are still using like Pirate Bay kind of stuff,
Yeah.
torrenting stuff, and pirating shit. And streaming is actually helping that.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to screen capture.
Right, you can screen
movie.
capture a high def version of the movie the day it comes out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can put it up and, you know.
While I do like being able to enjoy movies I would usually go to the theaters to watch from the comfort of my home, I do think this is a situation that needs to end. I think it needs to end after the pandemic, like after we've resolved everything going on in the world. And unfortunately, not related to entertainment, unfortunately, I know we've 14 days to flatten the curve. Right. And we should have known that that was not true. Like, but, we're fed what we're fed. We do need to start taking into consideration, and I know technology and medicine, and we have way more doctors and scientists in the world now than we did in 1912. But the pandemic in 1912 that turned the world on its head it took them 4 to 5 years to resolve the situation.
Yeah.
And information does travel faster now, but we're still dealing with a lot of unknown variables. And I think maybe we don't want to hear it, but I think everyone needs to realize that, this could be a situation we're dealing with for a while.
Yeah.
We're a year and a half in, and we could be looking at a 4 to 5 year turn. I know that sounds scary, but just keep your head up and just live every day. Do what you can and
keep pushing on, really.
Keep pushing on. But I do think this streaming situation with theatrical releases needs to end at some point. I do think the smart move would be to wait till we are mostly out of the woods.
Yeah.
And we will one day. One day we'll not every day will feel like this, and one day we'll feel like this no more. And it will be a distant memory. We just have to get there.
You remember those 4 years where we couldn't do a goddamn thing?
But
we still didn't save money somehow. Fucking Amazon.
Yep, that's very true.
Yeah, so anyway, on lighter notes.
You remember when the old people said if we didn't fucking go out drinking every weekend, we could buy a house? They were full of shit!
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I loved this movie.
Me too.
I think the acting was great. The directing was great. The effects were great. Still, first impression, we've only seen this the one time in IMAX. No, that is not Matt Murdock in the Spider-Man trailer.
Fuck you. Still could be. It's a fake scene.
Jesus Christ, man. Let it go. I mean, he might be in the movie. He's just not in that scene. It's fine.
He would be in the movie. If he's not in the movie, it loses a full point.
Okay.
It could earn it back by lots of other reasons, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm going
if
into
Macho Man is in it, it's getting 2 extra points.
If Macho Man is in it and Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock is not in it, it will lose 3 fucking points.
We'll get 10 because Macho Man's dead.
That's why, because it won't actually be Macho Man.
Snap into a palm tree.
Oh, God.
Edit? I don't know. Has it been long enough?
I've said that on the podcast before.
Oh, much.
Now I'm sad again.
I'm sorry.
I want a Bruce Campbell cameo. What movie are we talking about? Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
I love Shang-Chi. And also, to go back to Russell's thing about Matt Murdock in the trailer, I didn't really pay attention because there was an old guy next to me just yelling about how the movie should start. So I didn't.
Oh my God.
That dude. So there's this.
I had to bring him up.
We walk in and we get to our seats, and Shane has picked the seats. Some of the seats were sold out, but so Shane picked the seats for us, and we were in the very back of the theater.
Yes,
and we're 1 seat away from the oldest stereotypical looking white dude I have seen in a while.
Dude,
redneck white dude, and
long flowing mullet, white.
Yeah,
Fu Manchu, like handlebar mustache.
And when I seen this
Yeah.
dude, all I could think was all of the nonsense he was going to spout during this movie that is primarily an Asian cast.
Yes.
And I was so fucking like already distraught at the thought of this because I'm stereotyping
Yep.
this old white dude.
Yep.
And he's bitching about the trailers and like he's just like, well, fucking start the movie. And I'm wondering if he knows that he's not in Expendables 4. Like,
What the fuck? To be fair, I would watch Expendables 4.
oh,
But...
I would too, but that's not the movie that we're about to watch with this old white dude. And then he loves this fucking movie
Yeah, he
the
loved
whole
it.
time. And a little bit of my faith was restored, and I kind of felt bad.
Yep.
Kind of felt like a bigot. But, you know.
I agree because I'm like, I was thinking that a little bit too, and yeah,
All
he
of us
dug it.
were.
Through experiences of my own, I have a
earned.
disdain for old white dudes.
Jesus. Wow.
Same.
Ooh.
But yeah, this movie ruled, man. It's got kung fu in it. It's got dragons. It's got a faceless guy that I'm in love with. It's got Ben Kingsley, that too.
If he doesn't have a face, I don't think he has any other orifices. So, like, I think
Don't you dare bring my pal Morris like that. Don't you dare pervert him like that, you sick man.
I was perverting you, but
Don't
I'm
pervert
sorry.
me. I mean, you can't. I got nothing. I lost the bit.
Yeah, this movie. This is what we do. This is what we do on first impression episodes.
Yeah, we're just like, it's so good.
Yeah, I say this movie a lot. Shane apparently sucks its dick.
Yep.
Dave, this is your first impression.
It is my first
episode.
impression.
Yeah. He falls in love with the character. That's his
Well, that's his shtick.
That's his shtick for first impressions now.
I thought that goddamn Morris, man.
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ.
But yeah, this movie's great.
Do you have a trivia corner?
I do have a trivia corner.
Let's
All
do
right,
that.
Let's fucking do it. We're gonna wrap this one up here soon. Because we're saying a whole lot of nothing about this movie. I also don't want to say a whole lot about it because it, if you didn't go to theaters, which is totally understandable, you know, at this point, if you're waiting for it to come out, we've spoiled a little bit. We haven't like ruined the movie by any means.
No, not like we do movies that we watch at home.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do so we've done a couple of other first impressions on MCU movies, and we're gonna revisit those probably sometime around when Shang-Chi releases to streaming. We'll go back through and we'll do Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home. We're actually gonna redo all the Spider-Man movies anyway.
Yeah.
For when we do a first impression on the new Spider-Man movie.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Because he can't get a bus ticket.
That's the whole movie. Buses are closed down.
I wouldn't even be mad. Like, the whole trailer's fake and the whole movie is just about Peter trying to get home. He lost his spider powers at the beginning of the movie, and now he's
like,
to
I
travel.
am not a menace. I don't care what that old man says all about me on the internet.
He has to go to the bus station and the turnstile's down.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. All right. We go to the corner?
Yes, let's go to the corner.
All right. Welcome to Dave's Trivia Corner.
Dave's Trivia Corner.
Corner style. I don't know why. I don't. That was bad. Welcome to the corner. Well, the point of this corner is for you to say,
Neat.
damn right. This is renowned Hong Kong film actor Tony. I'm sorry, buddy. Chua Luong's first role in an American film and his first English-speaking role, even though he has always spoken it fluently. Unlike me.
Yep.
my one of my favorite memes I've seen recently is it's about white people, and it's like it's funny when white people complain about people speaking other languages around them when they can't master their own.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Tony, the guy we just talked about, legendary Hong Kong
Tony
actor. Yes, Tony Lee Young. Knew nothing about the Mandarin and did not try to research the character. When Marvel Studios contacted him, they gave him a full authority to invent his own background for this iteration of the character. He didn't mind playing a villainous role, not his first time. He already played one in Lust, 2007, and Confession of Pain, 2006. But he sought to give the character more depth and credibility. I tried to explore the reasons that it could have led him to become who he is. He is a man with history who craves to be loved. He is a sociopath, a narcissist, and a bigot, but he also is human and has a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I totally see all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that we haven't said.
This villain is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a villain, but he's not really I don't know. I don't know that I would, if I was him, I don't know that I would be any different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after the initial, he started off like a real villain. But then he changed. But then he changed back because revenge.
Yeah. He's a real character. And
yeah. It's fantastic.
It's fucking
one
great.
Of the reasons
and
that this movie's so good.
Yeah. It really is. And the dynamic between him and Shang. I was using his American propagandized name.
Wait, you're telling me you changed your name to Sean?
And expected no one to find you?
In the late...
I was 15.
In the late 1980s, Stan Lee had considered a film/TV series about Shang-Chi and had in mind Brandon Lee, son of martial arts superstar Bruce Lee, for the role. Shang-Chi was visually based on Bruce Lee, so Brandon seemed like a fitting choice, but the plan fell through.
Oof.
Why'd the plan fall through?
I mean, it doesn't say on here, but Brandon Lee did die. Sorry,
that was probably in poor taste.
Yeah. I mean, it's 30 years ago.
I mean, I made a Randy joke. So.
Sad.
Yeah.
That's true. You did.
Yeah. People that don't know, he died in The Crow.
Yeah, he died in The Crow from misuse of a gun.
It was a prop gun.
Yeah.
What had happened is I actually saw a thing about it. It's on. You guys ever heard of Shudder, the movie, the horror service? They did a thing called Cursed Films. They did a short run, and
Poltergeist
was on there, and so was The Crow.
Yeah,
and basically the scene, I forget exactly which scene it was.
When he's standing on the table.
Yeah. They redid that. They did that scene beforehand with blanks.
Yeah,
and they had to reshoot that part. And one of the guns didn't get fully clear to the blank because they still leave a wad in it.
Yep.
So when they shoved another blank in there,
pushed it into the barrel, and then it shot the wad out. Yeah, so blanks aren't 100% projectile-less. They're like a crimped case, so when it goes off, it blows a little piece out. That pack, because you don't fill a whole case with powder,
right?
So there's a wad or something in there. So when it blows, it's supposed to come out, and they're if you watch carefully in movies when they actually use prop guns, they don't actually point them at each other.
Yeah.
If they have anything in them. They do went for close-ups and stuff, but if it's a coverage shot, you can tell that it's off angle.
Right.
And so when they use blanks, they're not supposed to point them at each other, specifically because this happened, more than once. Yeah, they can actually like hurt or kill you if something goes wrong with it like this.
Yeah.
Where there's something already in the barrel, and when the blank goes off, it's the reason it makes sound is the same reason that a gun does, is that it pushes all that gas out. So if there's a projectile in the barrel, it's going to push it out just like a bullet.
Yeah.
So sad day.
Yes.
But back to Shang-Chi. In the trivia corner.
Trivia corner.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Is this funny or offensive? I don't know anymore.
I don't know. One of the fighters in Zulang's, is that right? Zuling? His sister.
Oh, okay.
Club has been enhanced with the extremist treatment from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, there was like a couple of Easter eggs in there that I knew that the one was extremist, but there was more than that.
Really?
Yeah, I think one of them might have been Hurricane. Is an Iron Man villain.
I didn't think about that. I also didn't catch. I didn't catch the extremist thing.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I think it's Hurricane.
The filmmakers cite Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Kung Fu Hustle, Tai Chi Master, The Matrix series, Donnie Yen's Ip Man films, and Jackie Chan's films as an influence on the martial arts action. Michelle Yeoh starred in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes.
Which I had to bring that up because I love pretty much all those movies.
Yeah, I mean, I super love Jackie Chan movies and all the I like the Kung Fu Hustle movie and the Shaolin Soccer.
Real good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Shaolin Soccer. I need to watch it, man.
Yeah, I need to watch it, man.
Ip Man's really good.
What other trivia you got, Dave?
Shang-Chi's apartment featured a Kung Fu Hustle film poster. Hua Yun, who plays Master Guan Bo, had appeared in that film as the landlord.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't catch this one at all. In the Fight Club scenes, one of the lower tier fights involves a Black Widow who appeared in the Black Widow movie.
Oh, shit. Neat.
Some bitch.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that at all. I can't wait to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
This is, I got one more.
Okay.
This is Simu Liu's first lead role in a film, having previously had supporting roles in his career.
If you haven't watched Kim's Convenience, it's a sitcom about a convenience store that he is in.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of him before this movie.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty good. That's about his family owns a convenience store. I've only watched a couple episodes, so I need to watch the series. I'd like to tell you what streaming it's on, but I don't know.
What? Kim's Convenience?
Yeah, is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Excellent. Watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
This has been Dave's Trivia Corner.
Dave's Trivia Corner. Down on the corner.
Down in the street.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm right about that guy being named fucking Hurricane, but I literally can't find him. I found a picture that included him in it, but he wasn't named. I'm kind of pissed off right now.
He
probably wasn't even in the fucking thing.
Want to go to ratings?
Yeah. I'm still trying to find this guy. This is upsetting me. Oh, is it Whirlwind? It's Whirlwind. Whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a hurricane.
Hurricane is a different character.
All right.
So let's go ahead and rate it.
Hurricane is also a wrestler.
Yeah. There's a hurricane coming
through.
He's
Oh
one of
my
my
God.
favorite wrestlers.
Ugh, Jesus. All right.
Hurricane.
First impression, I'm going to give this movie a 9.5. I think it was fucking awesome. I didn't really have any problems with it whatsoever. And fucking dragons, bro. Dragons. Spoilers. There's dragons in it.
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
One of the things that I said to Russell after this movie, we watched this movie, I was like, this kind of makes every movie that isn't a Marvel movie suck.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was just like, man, like, the new fucking Mortal Kombat movie sucked. Because, like, I thought it was okay when I watched it. I was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't good, but it wasn't, like, awful. It's
Yeah.
dog shit. It's
It's
fucking
pretty awful.
It's fucking terrible.
I
it's my-
disagree, but
It's
No,
on,
dude.
on a list of Mortal Kombat movies, it's third.
what?
I don't know.
No.
But like, just like the quality of this movie, of like the story and the action and the martial arts and like the choreography of the fight scenes and everything, just like makes, like, you know, I mean, old school kung fu movies are awesome because they're legit. Like, new stuff, it's like, your fight scenes are garbage. Fuck you. You like tried to have some epic fucking scene and it's not epic because Endgame and Shang-Chi exist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just like,
Yeah.
in comparison, everything else it is paling to
The-
Marvel movies now.
Yeah. Because like you did two spy thrillers that were both better than most spy thrillers.
Yeah.
You've done over the top action films that are better than
Yeah.
most all over the top action
You did a
films.
fantasy movie that had fucking
And
like
now-
ridiculous fantasy shit in it that was like awesome.
Yeah, you did a space sci-fi movie that is better than damn near every space sci-fi
That's what I'm
movie.
saying. Like, it's like
yeah,
they can't be beaten even by the genre films of which they have genre films.
yeah,
It's like, fuck. And they're about to do a Christmas show.
yeah.
they
Two
sure
of
are.
them. Two of them.
Two of them.
Yeah, man. They're the Guardians Christmas special.
Oh yeah, we get the Guardians Christmas special. I keep forgetting about that. That
Yeah.
should be awesome. Which also has Chris Hemsworth in it.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's a Guardian of the Galaxy now. I mean, he already was, but
At least the 9 realms. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. This movie is fantastic. I can't wait to watch it again and see if like there's anything actually wrong with it. I was just like too fucking. I was mainlining the MCU dope while we were in that theater, man.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to watch it again and see if it holds up to watching it in IMAX and, you know, not been in a theater in like a year, or if it's just, you know, it's just good, you know. So a tentative 9.5. Russell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 9.8. Because I don't really have any complaints.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have anything to complain about with this movie. I am same as you. I'm excited to watch it again. I hope it holds up. I hope it is as good and enjoyable a second time. And that's what plays a lot into my ratings is like rewatchability. Because I don't rewatch stuff, so like it's got to be great for me to
Right.
be able to rewatch it. Like if you've told me the story once and I've gathered it and there's not a lot to pick up on a second time, I'm going to be bored. Like I either don't have the attention span or I don't care. I don't know. But if I can't watch the movie more than once, then I don't think it's that great of a movie. So rewatchability plays a large part. So it's going to require me being able to rewatch it before I can give it a real solid rating. But first impressions, man, like everyone needs to see this movie. Everyone needs to support this movie. This movie is fantastic. 9.8. Dave.
Damn. I kind of feel the same for both you guys.
Yeah.
I'm a huge kung fu guy. Like especially like last couple of years, I've been getting super into like those 70s and 80s, pretty much anything kung fu. I love that stuff. And it did feel like, obviously it's a newer movie. But a lot of the fight scenes did feel like those old movies. The scaffolding fight was really cool. That reminded me straight up of your typical kung fu.
Yeah.
Visuals are great. Like Shane said, there's a dragon. And I don't know if you guys know this. I love dragons.
Fuck yeah.
There was a cool like forest maze thing that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. It's got my man Morris that I just love. It is great. I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Okay.
A 10, like Shane said, a tentative 9.5.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling I'm probably going to give it a 10 next time I watch it.
Yeah.
Dude, if this movie also has a fuck ton of rewatchability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do one last thing.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago in a hostful, Aquafina was brought up, and I mentioned I didn't realize it was her when I was watching it. But I love her character in the movie, and like I loved her as this character. And it's a different type of female lead. It really is. Like she's not your conventional like female Marvel lead, and it's awesome. Like its execution is great, and it like the way she just like incorporates into the movie and she doesn't feel like a side character.
She doesn't feel like the love interest.
And she doesn't feel like the love interest. And she doesn't feel like the dude that talks real fast in the Ant-Man movies. Like, she doesn't feel like those characters that are just there for comic relief or just there to add extra dialogue. Like, she's like a genuine character in the movie.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
Then afterwards, I was like, that chick looked so familiar. I don't know who that was. And I discovered it was Awkwafina. I was even fucking happier. Like, and it's good stuff. And then also, have you guys watched the Keanu Reeves movie where he's a samurai? What's it called? Is it called Seven Samurai?
No, I have not.
Seven Samurai is an anime, right?
47 Ronin?
47 Ronin. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I highly recommend that movie.
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I like
It's fun.
movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember loving it. It's a fun samurai movie.
I think I watched it like 3-4 times, maybe. All right, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of DQP Does, where we talked about our first impressions of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
The Legend of Morris.
Yeah, that too. Next week, we're going to start our Halloween movies. What do we got first there, Russell?
First up, starring Adam Sandler, a Netflix original, will be Hubie Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
After that is a wonderful movie. So I remember it being Monster Squad, which is a 90s horror Goonies style movie. And then after that, we are doing the musical starring Johnny Depp, Sweeney Todd. Then following that will be Poltergeist. And
Fuck yeah.
Then a movie I have been excited to do since we have started doing podcasts is the Sam Raimi movie starring, I don't remember her name.
Hold on, I got you.
All right.
Allison Lohman?
Yeah. Starring Allison Lohman and Justin Long. And it is called Drag Me to Hell.
Fuck yeah.
And that will fill out our horror October movies.
I don't know if I have to say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm so fucking excited for that month.
It's going to be a good month.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a good list of movies. There's a lot of range in those movies too.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Like,
I suggested a bunch that like people probably would not have liked at all. So I'm glad we picked these.
have you seen Drag Me to Hell?
It's been a long time.
The camp is real.
I love it.
It's good camp.
I'm so excited. Like, I love the spooky season. So,
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Have fun doing whatever you're doing, and come see us next week when we go over Hubie Halloween. Calm down, mate. I'm not dead. It's just a performance. Now get down here and play along.
I love you, Morris.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.